All right, so for this problem here, human biomechanics, we have the fastest pitcher in baseball was measured throwing a 46 meter per second ball. It's a typical baseball. It has a mass of 145 grams. The pitcher exerts a force, assumed to be horizontal. It's constant over a distance of 1 meter. That force did he produce on the ball during the record-setting pitch? We're going to draw a free body diagram to describe that right after it leaves its hand. So to start with this, we know it's going to be kinematic, so we have a uniform constant acceleration. And because looking at our kinematics equations, it looks like what we're missing is time, so that's going to cue us in to use v squared equals v original squared plus 2a delta x. So with that, we have some knowns. We know the original velocity was 46 meters per second. We know that the delta x, or the distance we're traveling here, is 1 meter. And we know coming out of that hand, the original is 0. So that's what we know. And we have the equations. So that's a good place to start. So what can we start? Before we plug in, actually, let's do a little bit of algebra, make this a little bit easier. So what we're looking for is A. We have v squared, and we know VO is going to be 0 in this case. It's going to make this a little bit easier on us. So that's just going to be 0. And we have v squared. So v squared, and we're going to want to divide by 2 times delta x to get a alone. We're just going to call that x for now. We've kind of described that it's going to be a change in x, and that's going to give you acceleration. And the math on that is, so we want 46 meters per second squared. That's going to give us 2,116, and that would be meters squared seconds squared, because we squared that. The units need to be squared too. And that's going to be over 2 times x, 2 times 1 meter, which is just 2 meters. So getting units here, we have meters squared over seconds squared. That's going to give us meters per second squared. That's great. That's an acceleration unit. 2,116 divided by 2 is going to give us 1,058 meters per second. That's just an acceleration. We want to go ahead and get force now. We want to know the force he put on it. And for that equation, it's as simple as F equals ma. We have mass and acceleration. What are those? Well, we just found out meters per second squared. Don't want to get anyone confused here. Mass is that point, or 145 kilograms or 155 grams. We're going to want kilograms to get a Newton answer, which is going to be the simplest in my opinion here. So we'll call that 0.145 grams. And the mass there was given in the equation. It's saying that the ball is 145 grams. And that would be 0.145 kilograms, which is going to be the best unit to give us newtons straight off the bat here. And we're going to multiply that by our 1,058 meters per second squared. Force equals mass times acceleration. What force do we end up with? Well, if we calculate that out, we're going to get 153.41 newtons. So that's part A, but we also want a free body diagram as soon as that leaves the hand. So if we have our ball here, what forces do we have acting on it? Well, now we know it's moving forward with that 153.41 newtons. But it also is going to have a force down, and that in this case will be gravity, or you could also call that weight. Actually, weight's probably more accurate here because we're incorporating the mass of the ball. That would just be an acceleration. We want to use forces here. So that would be weight, gravity times mass. And those are going to be the two forces acting on the ball. When it was held in the hand, there was an equal force keeping it from falling. That's gone away once it leaves the hand. So you lose that normal force up, and you're just left with the force of the throw and the weight of the ball going down. This would be the free body diagram. And that's it.